Immigration raids. Unrest flares to Chicago, Washington amid heavy crackdown in Los Angeles 5 days after immigration raid protests turned violent in Los Angeles. Similar violence was witnessed in other parts of the United States, including in Chicago, Washington, D.C., Seattle, and Austin. The protests spread even after President Donald Trump mobilized National Guard troops and Marines across the country, and the police arrested nearly 200 people in Los Angeles. Other than in Los Angeles, there were reports of marchers chanting slogans, carrying signs against the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, and snarling traffic through downtown avenues and outside federal offices. While protests at many places were reported to be peaceful, some resulted in clashes with law enforcement as officers made arrests and used chemical irritants to disperse crowds. According to the Associated Press, activists are planning more and even larger demonstrations in the coming days, with no King's events across the country on Saturday to coincide with Trump's planned military parade through Washington. Meanwhile, the Trump administration said it would continue its program of raids and deportations despite the protests. Also read: masked looters vandalize raid Apple store in LA as protests escalate. Watch in Los Angeles. A nighttime curfew was in force on Tuesday as local officials sought to get a handle on protests that Donald Trump claimed were an invasion by a foreign enemy. Looting and vandalism have scarred the heart of America's second biggest city as largely peaceful protests over immigration arrests turned ugly after dark. I have declared a local emergency and issued a curfew for downtown Los Angeles to stop the vandalism, to stop the looting, Mayor Karen Bass told reporters. 1 square mile 2.5 square kilometers of the city's more than 500 square mile area will be off limits until 6 a.m. 1300 hours o'clock GMT for everyone apart from residents, journalists, and emergency services, she added. Small scale and largely peaceful protests marred by eye-catching acts of violence began in Los Angeles on June 6 as anger swelled over ramped-up arrests by immigration authorities. A few thousand people took to the streets, while smaller mobs used the cover of darkness to set fires, graffiti, and smash windows. Swipe left for next video. Overnight Monday, 23 businesses were looted. News agency AFP quoted the police as saying. Also read: uncontrolled migration leads to chaos, dysfunction. Trump says he will liberate Los Angeles. Latest blogs.